Well done. You've come quite far in this section of the course. You've learned about the importance of storytelling and why you need to incorporate that somewhere in your presentation. Number 2, you've learned how to construct a good story and all those factors that make for a good story. Number 3, you've learned how to have an alternative to storytelling. Instead of talking about your own life, you can talk about the story of a client or a customer that you've guided. And so you are the mentor, but are still seen as being an expert in the topic that you are presenting. In this final lecture of this section, I'll teach you about the importance of avatars. By definition, an avatar is a representation or a form of something. Here's how I'd like you to do this. There are 6 questions that encompass putting your avatar together. And when you look at the question, I'd like you to find a picture that depicts the answer to the question. Now remember, you're doing an avatar for your audience. So let me give you a bit of an example. Let's say you're going to speak to your audience about the importance of saving. And you are looking at an audience of, say, people who are just graduating, newly qualified individuals who are about to enter the workplace. So here are the 6 questions, and using that context, I'll share with you the type of pictures that you could perhaps use to encapsulate this. Question number 1 is, who is your customer? When you look at this question, try to come up with pictures that depict the graduates. So come up with pictures about people just qualifying or a graduation cap, whatever picture makes sense for you, that when you look at that picture, it reminds you of who your audience is for that topic that you're going to be speaking on. Second question is, what are they lacking? So right now, what is it that they are missing in their lives? What do they need more of? And again, put some pictures that answer this question. So in our example, what the graduates are perhaps lacking is some advice, some guidance, some support on how to spend their money wisely, on ways that they can invest their money, on ideas on how they can be a bit more thrifty. And again, you just find some pictures that depict in your mind what they are lacking. The third question is, what does your audience have a strong desire to do? In my example, perhaps these graduates have a strong desire to become leaders in business. They want to become more professional. They want to elevate themselves in the corporate ladder or make an impact in society. So again, whatever it is that you believe that your audience desires to do, you find the relevant pictures to answer these questions. Question number 4. What are your customers or your audience currently not good at doing? In my example, they currently might not be good at saving, and so you could put pictures together of them frivolously spending their money and not saving, or say an empty piggy bank or an empty bank account, or a question mark next to a money sign. Whatever it means for you in terms of what are they currently not good at doing. Question 5 is, what beliefs do your customers currently have about your topic? Now again, your topic is about saving and about helping your customers be a bit more investment savvy. So perhaps their belief is that life is a journey, or life is about living for the short term. And so you find pictures that depict that. Or maybe they have a belief that, saving is for later on in life, and right now it's all about having fun. So whatever you believe those beliefs are about your audience, you find the relevant picture and put that in that section of that framework. The last question is, what solution you have come up with to help your customer through this challenge? You are talking about how to help your customers save. So again, your solution might be a 6-step guide to saving, or maybe it's 10 ways in which you can be a bit more thrifty. Whatever your solution is, that is what you're putting into this section. So how do you put this together? Well, you have options. Either you can take a PowerPoint slide, have these 6 questions, 1 question on each slide, and you're basically looking for pictures to insert on the PowerPoint slide that answers those questions. Print this out, constantly refer to it, and it reminds you as to who your customer is. The second option is to do this on an A1 board. So take a big board, put the questions in there, and cut out pictures that depict the answer to those questions. Put that up somewhere in your office or in your room or wherever that is, that you can constantly look at, and when you look at it, it reminds you as to who your customer is. There are no rules to this. At the end of it, as long as you have a visual that answers these questions, and when you look at it, you are clear as to who your customer is. So there you have it. That concludes this lecture on avatars. I'd like you now to go ahead and create your own avatar for your audience before moving on to the next section.